So recently, there has been a massive situation unfolding in the Roblox Twitter community where the community manager of the Roblox game Dressed to Impress was exposed. BeaPlays, who isn't just a community manager of the game but also a Roblox YouTuber with over 600,000 subscribers, was recently exposed for a lot of disgusting behavior, including messaging underage boys. And here's the wildest part: the only reason this even came to light, or at the very least gained traction, is because she clickbaited a massive collaboration event where the popular artist Lady Gaga was being featured in the game. There's a lot to go over in this video, so please be sure to like the video, subscribe, and comment your thoughts down below, because this situation is honestly insane. So let's begin how all this drama started in the first place. On August 22nd, just 4 days ago, BeaPlays released a video promoting the Lady Gaga collaboration for Dressed to Impress. The way it was advertised made it seem like players would actually get the chance to meet Lady Gaga herself, but when everyone joined the game, they quickly realized that that wasn't true. Everyone had to dress up as her in the game and enter a competition where only a small group of winners would actually be chosen. And of course, most of those people turned out to be Dressed to Impress influencers, not just normal fans. Even worse, one of the people who showed up alongside Lady Gaga was Gigi, the owner of the game, who was already exposed months ago for sending disgusting images in the presence of minors. Gigi has been exposed for tons of issues over the years, including doxing, scamming, and even running servers that involved minors. On top of that, other staff members tied to Gigi were accused of leaking private information and just being generally toxic. Instead of addressing the issues and resolving the problems, Gigi often defended these people or let them stay on the team, which is why so many players already saw the game's moderation team as corrupt. So when Gigi showed up at the Lady Gaga collaboration event, it didn't just feel like bad PR. To a lot of fans, it confirmed that Dressed to Impress is still being run by people with a very long and troubling history. But this was just the beginning, because things quickly got a whole lot worse. After the Lady Gaga event, former moderators started coming forward with serious allegations, including one that said a staff member of Dressed to Impress named Nini had them and others. In the screenshots that surfaced, this ex-moderator explained that Nini had targeted them when they were underage, and that this wasn't just a one-off situation. There were multiple victims, and here's the most disturbing part. According to these ex-moderators, Gigi knew about it. She was told about Nini's behavior and she was completely aware of these accusations, yet she failed to take any action. Instead of protecting the community, the leadership just completely ignored it, and Nini was left in their position, and it wasn't until much later that people were already demanding answers that they started realizing just how badly this was being mishandled. Then came Bee's meltdown. During her Twitch stream in the same Gaga server, when fans tried to voice their frustrations, she lashed out and called them miserable and said that they just hate fun.
Read the disclaimer at the bottom of the game. It's pre-made. There is no disclaimer. What, you guys just make stuff up as you go along, don't you?
They really do. Where are you seeing this at? Is this in our chat?
It's in our stream chat, yeah. Some people just people just hate fun. Like, you guys just hate fun.
Fine. I'm having a great time.
So miserable.
I know, right?
Which made everyone feel completely disrespected, and when they pushed back, Bee's apology was just complete crap. She doubled down with a statement blaming the community instead of taking any actual responsibility. Behind the scenes, things were completely crazy. A moderator named Ender tried pitching an idea to fix the situation, but the Dressed to Impress team completely shot it down. When Ender spoke out publicly, Bee threatened him for criticizing the team, which eventually led to his resignation, where he left a final message exposing how toxic the staff chats are. Other moderators who quit also backed him up, saying that they quit because of Bee's poor management and bias. The Dressed to Impress Discord server only made things worse, when members who shared screenshots of Bee's disrespectful messages were having their posts deleted, getting timed out, or just straight up banned. On top of that, all of the moderators were hiding in private voice calls while the community just ranted. And instead of fixing the issue, Bee even made a positive notes for Bee channel in her own Discord server to try to drown out the backlash. But the part that truly pushed the situation into like a really crazy situation was when old screenshots from 2019 started resurfacing. In these logs, Bee, who was 20 years old at the time, was seen messaging a young boy named Logan who had repeatedly stated that he was 16 years old. Not once or twice, but at least 5 separate times. Despite that, Bee continued engaging with him, and some of the leaked messages included disturbing roleplay style lines like, "Logan, put your tongue in no noises," alongside artwork and references that crossed obvious boundaries. It wasn't just a few DMs either. Evidence shows that Logan and Bee actually built a joint brand together, a complete YouTube channel and fan art connecting the two of them. People have pointed out that the channel's content was not PG, which makes it even more alarming given Logan's age. And here's where it gets even weirder. Around this time, people started pointing out how B seemed to treat as something completely normal in Roblox communities. The whole father and daughter roleplay thing wasn't just something she was actually doing with her fiance, it was more of a hypothetical, but the fact that people even connected that kind of roleplay to B's behavior says a lot about the environment that she fostered. Instead of setting proper boundaries and calling out how dangerous that kind of content is, B's actions and associations makes it feel like age in Roblox was completely acceptable and even normalized. When you take a look at that alongside the leaked logs from 2019 of her messaging Logan, who repeatedly said that he was 16 while she was 20, it paints an even more disturbing picture of how she blurred the lines between safe online spaces and outright inappropriate behavior. And the leaked screenshots weren't just private DMs, there are also public tweets from 2019 showing B and Logan openly expressing love for each other. In one, B told him that "I wouldn't be where I am right now without you, I love you," and Logan replied back, "I love you too," and B followed up with "You're the best thing that happened to me." There are more examples just like this, B posting about her struggles and Logan, who was only 16 at the time, replying, "You've done so much for me, I can't wait to see you in person." B was 20 years old when this was happening. The age difference wasn't hidden. Logan had already made it clear multiple times that he was underage. Now I just want to quickly cut in here and quickly explain something. Based off of the logs that I saw, Logan seemingly was in the US originally and went or moved to the UK for B. I'm not necessarily sure how the law works in that situation, but regardless, you have to think about how weird and big the maturity gap between those two ages are. This isn't necessarily just about the law here, this is just how weird the relationship is in general. I think 4 years is already borderline creepy behavior. B was 20 years old, involved in what looked like a romantic relationship with a 16-year-old, both in private logs and publicly on social media. When you combine this with the testimonies from other victims who were 12 to 14 at the time, it points to a pattern of B surrounding herself with minors, blurring boundaries, and crossing lines that should have never been crossed in the first place. And Logan isn't the only one. Multiple people have come forward since then, saying that they were either or mistreated by B. For example, one victim shared that they were only 12 years old when they first got involved in B's community back in 2019, joining her Discord server and even appearing in her UHC events. They described being manipulated, excluded, ridiculed, and even emotionally pressured by B, all while she was 20 and while they were still a kid. Others in the 12 to 14 age range have echoed similar experiences, saying that B had used their position and power in online games and events to control and humiliate minors. Keep in mind that her position and power wasn't just limited to dress to impress. She was also a community manager for games like Royal High, and she even hosted some Minecraft servers back in the day where a clip of her and Logan doing inappropriate stuff came out.
Wanna make out now?
Excitement. Oh, yeah.
Another former community manager named Enzo explained how B targeted not just them, but the entire online friend group of children, cutting them off from events, threatening to take them to court, and even fully rebranding her online persona once things started catching up with her. These aren't isolated incidents, they show a pretty clear pattern of B surrounding herself with kids, ignoring age boundaries, and emotionally manipulating them. So when people talk about B, it's not just someone who was being rude on their livestream or handling PR badly. These allegations paint a picture of someone who at 20 years old was repeatedly interacting inappropriately with minors, forming relationships with them, and even using them to build her brand. It doesn't even stop there. Other staff claim that they weren't allowed to take time off after being hospitalized, and people like Yome, hopefully I'm saying that name right, came forward publicly with their own negative experiences under B's management. The overall picture became impossible to ignore. A game owned by Gigi, who had her own disturbing history with a community manager named B, who not only failed at PR, but was now facing allegations of inappropriate interactions with minors. And after everything, the Lady Gaga disaster, the lies to the fans, basically everything, the Dress to Impress team finally had no choice but to take action. B was officially demoted and removed from the team, losing her position as the community manager entirely. But it didn't even stop there. Something funny I want to mention before ending off this video is that people actually found B on Facebook, where she was openly posting about looking for jobs. After years of building a brand as a Roblox YouTuber with hundreds of thousands of subscribers, and after becoming the face of one of the biggest Roblox games at all, it completely went crashing down for her. At the end of the day, this wasn't just some simple drama or a PR slip-up. It was years of bad leadership, ignored red flags, and inappropriate behavior finally catching up, and it shows just how quickly someone could go from being a community manager and an influencer to being completely cut off once the truth comes out. This whole situation was really confusing for me to follow, that's why it took a few days for this video to come out, but let me know what you guys think about this whole situation. And as always, don't forget to like the video, subscribe, and share this video with your friends to help spread awareness about what's been really going on in this community. The whole schlep situation has me really busy right now, so sorry that this video is coming out a little bit later than I intended for it to come out. I'll see you guys in the next video.